Now, this is emac2411 on youtube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Now, I'm going to be giving you my Stone Cold podcast with guest Triple H full podcast review for the February 2nd, 2015. It was live exclusively on the WWE Network 2 weeks ago after Raw. Live Stone Cold podcast, right? Okay. You're probably wondering, why am I doing this 15 days, 2 weeks later? Why not just do it the next day or something? Well, I'm trying to give you content. I'm trying to give you something. And I never give my view, my opinions, my comments, my view, my thoughts. I never talked about it. I want to do this. So my third video for the day. It is 9:32 p.m. Let's get started. I don't know. I'm just trying to do something different. I might even start doing the reviews for on the WWE Network shows. You know, pay-per-views, Raw replays, SmackDowns, the main events, NXTs, Superstars. You know, the originals. The Vault section, you don't even know. I'm gonna start reviewing WWE Network exclusive shows. But we had that. Okay, so it was live backstage at the Pepsi Center in Denver with Steve Austin and Triple H. Now they was talking about, you know, how hot fans were when sending feedback for the podcast. He would bring up the controversy surrounding the Royal Rumble. Right? They talk about Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. Kayfabe's dead. How hard is it to book that? It's rough, Triple H says. Talks about the internet, how fans clearly see when the company gets behind someone. Triple H brings up how some places were booing Reigns on the building because they think that's the push he's getting, but nobody booed him at the live events that weekend. They don't. Essence says that, you know, some fans feel like he hasn't earned the push yet. Now Triple H says there's only one guy calling the shots. That is Vince McMahon himself. They said they talked over and over about it. It was debated at the Royal Rumble. There was a lot of suggestions. He said that basically Vince McMahon just takes all those ideas and puts them all together. He says nobody's perfect, Vince McMahon himself and the writing team, which is creative. He says Vince McMahon doesn't always make the right call, but has a pretty good track record. I'm going to talk about this section really quick, okay? Now, we all know 2015 Royal Rumble winner is Roman Reigns. Is he going to be the next John Cena 2.0? Most likely he is. He most likely will be winning the WWE World Championship. He'll be defeating Daniel Bryan this Sunday night, most likely. It's rumored and reported. They're talking about the triple threat main event match. It's unlikely that Daniel Bryan will actually defeat Roman Reigns this Sunday. I mean, is kayfabe dead? I don't think so. I mean, it's fake. I mean, it all is scripted. Now, yeah, because we all know the Dirt Sheets newsletters, websites, all that crap. I get all the reports. As you can see, I'm always reporting. That's what they're talking about. You know, everyone can see, you know, how quickly the companies get behind someone. Yeah, I know, it is kind of true, because some fans, some crowds, the WWE Universe in some cities, they boo him, then they cheer for him. Or sometimes it's a mixed reaction. He is kind of like a John Cena, because if you notice, he's got a mixed reaction. Now, how many times will Roman Reigns win the WWE Championship? What will be his legacy? It's only because he has the family history. He should have won a mid-card title. I don't know. He's not even been here 3 years yet. He'd been here about 2.5 years by the time he actually won the title. John Cena was almost here for 4 years. I think they're rushing it a little bit. I don't think he's earned the push yet, but he does deserve it. He should have did it. They should have done this next year. Have Bryan win this year. Now, Bryan should not always win the Royal Rumble. That should not always be in the main events. But don't stop bitching, moaning, and complaining about Bryan being the main man. The Roman Reigns fans. I'm calling it like I see it. Now, we all know Vince McMahon is the guy that's calling the shots. We all know he's the one who sometimes rewrites the scripts, like freaking right there, just like a few hours away. You know. That's why I think Triple H should be taking over. That's why he's doing a good job with NXT. That's why Raw and SmackDown is not as good as NXT. Now, they would give, okay, let's see. Now, they would bring up their resentment for Reigns, and Triple H says it's a tough environment. Because we all know how he says that half the crowd, or half the people that booed John Cena will have cheered him, which is a mixed reaction because he was selling out arenas, though. That's the point. He was putting asses in seats. He was drawing people in. He was making money. He was selling merchandise. He was, you know, all that. He said it's hard to find a star that every single person likes. That is true. I mean, not everyone's gonna like that person. They said they knew, you know, who they were targeting in that era, but now there are so many age groups and demographics that they cover. They said that third sheets were basically rare back in the day, but even major media outlets gave the inside of the business these days. Austin says that he hasn't even seen Twitter feedback, but believes that tonight's scratch that. He said that basically could have recently that it could have quelled some of the resentment toward Reigns. That he shines sometimes on Raw and the ends of Raw when he's there, it helps him. They agree with that. He needs it. Now Triple H says that people say all the time that Reigns isn't ready, which is my opinion is true. Not yet. Not saying he's ever going to be ready. Now, but he says that nobody's really ready for that. Austin agrees. Triple H says you think you know what it means to be that guy until you get there and put a whole different world of pressure on yourself. Okay, a lot of people do like Henry Rollins, but a few people do like him. Now John Cena always getting mixed reactions. That is true. But he was selling out arenas, which is true. That's the whole point. Is Roman Reigns going to sell out arenas? No. Well, I'll give him a chance. I'm not going to say that yet. I actually like Roman Reigns, believe it or not. Now we all know Dan O'Brien. Yes, the yes guy. Let's move on here. Now they talk about that he wasn't ready in 1996, and if he would have won King of the Ring instead of Austin, then he would have failed. Says he knew he wasn't ready. Doesn't think he would have succeeded. Austin is looking forward to seeing how the main event picture unfolds going into WrestleMania. It's a never-ending book, and you can't really knock it today because you don't know what's next. He asks what Triple H's exit strategy is if he didn't marry Stephanie McMahon. He thinks he would be in a similar place, working behind the scenes. He says he fell in love with creative, making up pro wrestling as much as the others did. He said he fell in love with working with talents and other aspects of the business and talking to Vince McMahon about it long before he got with Stephanie. He said that now he said when he gets out of working with the talent at NXT, he says he gives hats off to Vince for allowing him to do that. The first Twitter question is, does he think it's beneficial for a talent to go to wrestling school and then the PC, which is a performance center, or work at the Indies? Depends on the guy. He talks about Kurt Angle and praises him. Talking about how he picked up the business faster than anyone he has seen. He says sometimes it's hard to knock some of the bad habits off the Indies of the guy like CM Punk and Dan Bryan. That's not what he said. I'm saying similar. They come in and they're sponge, some indie guys, but some come in and think their way is the only way. I'm reviewing basically paragraph by paragraph now. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the main event going into WrestleMania, but true, WWE has no off season. They are always going 52 weeks, 52 episodes of Raw, 52 episodes of SmackDown, 12 pay-per-views a year, live. You never know what's going to happen next. Never say never. Now, we all know that if Triple H didn't marry Stephanie McMahon, he would have never been a 36-time champion. He would have never been a future Hall of Famer. Okay, maybe he would have been. I'm not going to say that. But he would have never been where he was at. He would have never been creative, how successful he was. We all know that. Maybe, I don't know. You can't always like Triple H because we know the real person that Triple H is. I'm trying to make this quick as possible. I don't know. I just wanted to give you something. People actually had been messaging me and commenting and, emailing me saying to give a review about this, so fuck it. That's what I said. Now, he says that he wants indie talents to come in and work the way their fans like. He says that WWE is the most successful wrestling company, and there's a reason behind it. Austin says about what he likes about NXT. It's funny because Triple H says he actually listens to the fan base, but thinks that about what he wants to watch sometimes. He knows what his core group is for NXT, what they're looking for. Try script less promo-wise, let the talents learn. Find voice and learn mistakes. Is NXT still a developmental territory? Triple H because he doesn't know anyone there that doesn't want to get to Raw or SmackDown. It's another brand. Wants to put NXT on the road. Brings up Finn Balor. He's wrestled all over the world. That's Fergal does it. Talks about his working with Balor on his entrance. Balor was overwhelmed because he's never explained cameras and stuff like that to him as in Japan. Kudos to NXT is awesome, man. That you should watch it. Get the W if you'll be able to see it. Especially Prince does it, or Fergal does it. Especially actually, this is your new #1 contender for the NXT Championship. We're gonna find out what happens on NXT tomorrow night, live and exclusively on the WWE Network. Huge props on NXT. It's better than on SmackDown. You should get it. I don't know, those promos, you know, they do gotta be less scripted as well. No, it says that they just send them pretty much what they do in Trend. They just send you to the ring and do your job. That's what they tell you. He has camera feed running to his office, and he can get feedback from his office. The next Twitter question asks if Triple H sees who has what it takes to be the next John Cena or Hulk Hogan. He sees a lot of guys and girls who have that factor. Different now. Can't just be an in-ring guy or a promo guy or a big guy or a flip and flop guy. They both say that the more pieces you have to your puzzle, the clearer the picture. Triple H talks about how the Undertaker character could have been given to 100 different guys, failed but marked, which is Undertaker. Took Vince McMahon's idea and became it. Triple H says it's the most awesome character ever in the WWE in the business. They bring up fans saying Roman Reigns is being given the brass ring that Vince McMahon talks about. Says Roman Reigns busts his ass. He deserves it as much as anyone else. Now, I also would ask if China will ever go to the Hall of Fame. And I'm actually going to read this whole thing. So he says that it's one of those questions that gets asked a lot. Does she deserve it? He says she completely 100% transcended the business and did what no woman ever did before. He says that she was awesome at it and was a phenomenal talent. He says the other stuff happened and he's not getting into it, but there's no beef with China on his side from a career standpoint. She should be in the Hall of Fame. He says the flip side is that he has an 8-year-old kid. His kid goes on the web to Google China and what comes up. He says he's not criticizing anyone's lifestyle choices. But it's a fact of what it is, difficult choice. Says the Hall of Fame is a difficult situation with a lot of talents. Talks about Rona Sammartino getting back on terms to WWE. Now, China should be in the Hall of Fame from a career standpoint. I know she did porn, you know, and all that crap, you know. We all know what she did, but fucking Triple H, that cunt. I'm serious. That little fucking cunt. Just because, you know, Stephanie McMahon doesn't like her, Vince McMahon doesn't, that's why they fired her. And he cheated on China with Stephanie McMahon. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm already sick to myself. It's already at 13 fucking minutes. I gotta already get through this. Okay, I thought about that. What was tough for Bruno or Ultimate Warrior? Says the Warrior was different because he had no trust. Bad history. Now they would get past it, but Warrior could never let it go. Austin asks who's more influential, DX or the NWO. He says DX probably did more over the course of time, but at first the NWO shifted the business. If you can go back in time, pick anyone, who would it be? Triple H says Buddy Rogers because of how he looked and how he carried himself. Okay, we're almost done here, ladies and gentlemen. I was just trying to run this thing. I'm trying to get my fucking... That pissed me off about China, though. She should be in Hall of Fame. She should go in this fucking year. Fucking the WWE. Fucking, I swear. But other people fucking... Like, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't give a fuck. Scott Hall killed someone. Trish Stratus and Alita they were nude. They posed nude before in magazines. People have done worse. Fucking, what's her name? God dang it. Fuck. Tori? No, not Tori. Fuck. God, fuck. What is her name? I know, God, fuck. Her name, she goes on Skype, she shows her fucking vagina, her pussy. Fucking cunt. She shows that on Skype for like freaking you have to pay for it and all that crap. She goes full nude, but she's still in the Hall of Fame. Sunny, I think it's Sunny. I think. I mean, so many other people that are in the Hall of Fame that have done worse, or just as worse, or something bad, but they're in the Hall of Fame. Okay, now, Austin asks, he wants to know Triple H's thoughts about CM Punk and brings up Punk's podcast comments to Triple H. He laughs and says that they're cool. Triple H says he has never had a beef with Punk. Said he had that Punk held a grudge over some things not working out. Says he's a weird guy. Doesn't mean that it's a bad way. Said it was hard to communicate or get to know Punk. He says people would tell him that Punk is livid and about to quit, but he would go ask what's wrong. Punk would act calm and say everything is cool. Now he asks if Punk can come back to WWE. Triple H says if it's best and what the fans want, then he hopes they can get past it. But we all know he's a UFC fighter now, making his debut this year. Sometimes CM Punk, I believe CM Punk, I don't believe fucking Triple H. We don't know that fucking cunt he's an executive. He is a fucking business guy. CM Punk should have never quit. He should have just, went with his contract, but we all know he's frustrated. Now, he says that, he regrets that they couldn't get past the other stuff. Now, basically, Triple H is going to give his comments, his thoughts about the superstars I'm going to mention. So, Steve Austin, Triple H all like Shawn Michaels, greatest in-ring performer, Triple H says, and Austin agrees. Ric Flair, greatest all-around performer, Austin agrees. Kevin Nash, very underrated mind for the business, but hard to get past his personality on if he doesn't like you or if he does, great point. Scott Hall, the guy he learned the most from walking in the door at WWE, one of the most underrated performers, an awesome psychologist. Eddie Guerrero, rest his soul, rest in peace. I'm blessed that I actually have the same name as him. I mean, the same person. He says awesome, said he misses him huge. I miss him, I actually have his DVD. He said Eddie was so fun when he would just let go and be Eddie. Now, Bill Goldberg, we all know, if he ever returns to WWE and actually have one more match, there's rumors that he's going to be fighting for boxing or something like that. Now, he said he would credit Goldberg with changing the intensity of the business, had an explosive intensity. Paul Heyman walks the fine line between crazy and genius. Owen Hart, rest in peace, rest in his soul as well, the brother of Bret Hart. Canadian, Natalia, that Tyson kid. All that crap. Now, one of the nicest guys he knew, one of the funniest guys he knew, a tragic situation. He said Owen was one of the guys that were so good in the ring, but that he could have worked the worst match of the night on purpose. Bret Hart, an unbelievable technician, maybe takes himself too seriously sometimes. Unbelievable in the ring. The Undertaker, one word, respect. Kane, underrated, a constant. Austin agrees and says Kane is solid. Now, Pat Patterson, we all know he did come out as gay. He was a former Intercontinental Champion. He says he's a genius for the business, someone he respects so much. Michael Hayes, so underrated for his contributions to the business across the board. Now, does he prefer a pro wrestler or sports entertainer? So he loves wrestling. That's what they do at the end of the day. Asked about the contract status of Brock Lesnar. They're constantly talking to Brock. It comes down to what Brock wants to do. Jill says maybe Brock feels that he has unfinished business somewhere, but they have a good relationship. They both talk about how she also knows when Lesnar comes on the race to sell, as if the streak should have been broken or should have been remained. So he says that that's a debate and he doesn't know. He can understand the ability in both ways. They talk about the Super Bowl. We all know Seahawks lost, Patriots won. Now they're talking about the scripted promos and if officials trust Owens or not. They said that there's some sort of trust level with Gloom because it's live TV, and they have to be careful with what's said because promoters and all that crap. Now, what would he change one thing about Raw? What would it be? Joe says if it's anything, it would be back to 2 hours, which would be 8 to 10. He said it's just the third hour is just so hard to write on TV that he can't even describe it. Now he says, are you married to the idea of 3 hours each week? He says it's a Vince call and any finance call, but he tries to avoid those meetings. It's a lot harder of a show to write. He would like to see divas get more time and attention. Austin brings up the NXT divas. Triple H says that they have a lot of women that watch the product. Austin asks when Triple H will return to the ring. Triple H says that he doesn't want to give anything away, but it's coming. Either way, that's Either that or he's training twice a day for nothing. How is training going? Austin says, and Triple H says he feels great. He doesn't even have aches or pains. He moves around and plays with his kids just fine. They would love to do it again. How about Austin used to potato him in the ring? Austin rips up and signs off. Now we all know Triple H versus Sting will most likely be happening at WrestleMania, even though we want the Undertaker and Sting. Triple H and Sting will be having a confrontation face to face this Sunday night at Fastlane. Now, I think, in my opinion, I don't know about you, but I think that was a shot that last time when he says that he can still move around and play with his kids to CM Punk. Now, what would I have considered the December 1st, 2014 podcast with Vince McMahon or this one? Which one was better? Now, the first one I'd say that was pretty good. I never did a review about it, but I thought that was pretty good. 8 out of 10 stars, and I think this one was 9 out of 10 stars. I think this was actually better. So thanks for watching, thanks for the support, and yeah, that's going to be it. So see you YouTube, peace out. Make sure to like this video, share this video all over the entire internet, on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitter. Comment with your thoughts and your opinions. Later, everyone. Subscribe.